Welcome to the silence. Tonight, the quiet mountains of Norway will tell a story they've hidden for 50 years. The story of the Isdal Woman. There are places on Earth where silence feels alive, places where the air seems to remember every sound, every secret. In the mountains of western Norway, there is such a place, Isdalen, the Valley of Death. A lonely path of stone and fog, where hikers vanish and echoes never fade. It was November 29th, 1970, when that silence was broken. A father and his two daughters were walking the narrow trail when a strange smell stopped them in their tracks. It was faint at first, chemical, bitter, and wrong. They followed it through the fog until they saw something dark among the rocks. At first, they thought it was an animal, but when they stepped closer, the shape became clearer. It was a woman, lying flat on her back, her body blackened, her skin burned, her arms curled as if frozen mid-scream. Around her were strange objects, a broken umbrella, melted plastic bottles, pieces of clothing half burned, a dozen sleeping pills scattered in the dirt. The ground was scorched, yet there was no fire pit. No wood, nothing to explain how she had burned, and in that icy valley her silence began a story that still has no ending. Police rushed to the scene. They thought it was suicide, a tragic woman who had lost her way. But the more they looked, the stranger it became. Her clothes smelled of gasoline, but there was no can nearby. Her wrists were bruised, her jaw was broken. Someone had hit her. Maybe before the fire, maybe after. Near her body, the investigators found something almost invisible. A piece of paper, edges blackened, the remains of a notebook. On it were faint letters and numbers. A code. Days later, another discovery changed everything. At the Bergen railway station, two unclaimed suitcases were found. Inside were expensive clothes, stylish shoes, but every single label had been carefully cut out. There were wigs, makeup, sunglasses, and maps, several currencies from across Europe, and hidden in a shoe, a small notebook filled with more of those strange letters and numbers. When the police deciphered the code, it wasn't random at all. It was a travel log, a list of cities, dates, and hotel numbers. It traced a woman's movement across Europe, Paris, Hamburg, Geneva, Stavanger. Always the same handwriting, always the same secrecy. She had used at least 9 false identities: Vera Schlossman, Genevieve Landfrey, Fenella Lorsch. Different names, same woman. She traveled light, changed her look often, and spoke many languages. At each hotel, she gave a new story. A businesswoman, a collector, a traveler. No one ever knew who she really was. People remembered her, though. They said she was tall, elegant, with dark hair and a careful way of speaking. She smiled, but never warmly. Some said she always seemed to be watching the door. One maid said the woman spent hours standing at the window, smoking, staring into nothing. In 1970, Norway sat quietly in the middle of the Cold War, a peaceful country sitting between two nervous superpowers. Nearby, NATO was testing experimental missiles, and soon the rumors began. Was the woman a spy? Witnesses reported seeing someone who looked like her near the test sites, carrying binoculars. Others said they saw her meeting a man in a dark coat. Her dental work, experts said, was rare, the kind used in Eastern Europe. Her behavior, her disguises, her movements, all signs of someone trained to vanish. But who was she working for? The investigation grew stranger. Some of the police files vanished. Certain officers were quietly told to stop asking questions. And then, just like that, the case was marked probable suicide. But no one in Bergen believed it. A few weeks before her death, she had checked into the Hotel Horeheimen under yet another false name, Fenella Lorsch. She asked for a room on the top floor with a balcony. She rarely left, and when she did, she wore large sunglasses and a beige trench coat. The hotel staff said she seemed calm, but sad, as if something heavy was chasing her. One night, she told a waiter she was going south for a long trip. She smiled when she said it, but her eyes looked terrified. 6 days later, her burned body was found in the valley. The autopsy revealed something chilling. Her lungs contained smoke. She had been alive when the fire started. Traces of sleeping pills were in her stomach, but not enough to kill her. She hadn't overdosed. She had been conscious, breathing, while the flames consumed her. Whether it was her choice or someone else's, no one could say. The woman's fingerprints had been sanded off, but faint traces remained. The tips of her fingers told investigators just enough. She wasn't in any police or immigration record in Europe. It was as though she had been erased from the world before she even died. For years, the mystery of the Isdal Woman haunted Norway. The newspapers printed her clay reconstruction. The radio repeated her coded notes. But no one came forward. No family, no friends, no country claimed her. Decades passed. The story became legend. The spy in the snow, the woman who burned to disappear. And then in 2016, modern science reopened her case. Forensic experts analyzed her teeth and bones. Her DNA pointed to Central Europe, most likely near the border between Germany and France. She had probably grown up moving between countries, her accent shaped by travel, her life spent in motion. Even in death, she remained what she had always been, a mystery with no home. Some believe she was an intelligence agent caught between rival powers, executed in silence. Others think she worked for private networks that traded secrets across borders. And a few whisper that she was running, not from governments, but from her own past. What we know for sure is this: someone, somewhere, wanted her forgotten. And in a cold Norwegian valley, they almost succeeded. But the mountains remember. The wind still carries the scent of smoke that shouldn't have been there, and the silence that once hid her still feels alive. The Isdal Woman, the woman with 9 names, the woman who burned in the snow. Half a century later, her voice is gone, but her story still whispers through the cold. This is the silence, where every secret finds a sound.